Hey guys, welcome back to Sami Crypto Hub. I hope you've been learning, you picked your strategy, you found an edge in the market already because majority of the things I teach, many people are already using it to make money. I'm not saying you should go and fund your live account and start making money, but I'm saying if you understand what I teach and you know how to go about it, then why wait? Fund your account, start getting that experience because you're not going to get any experience practicing your strategy from a demo account. You're only going to get that experience when you start trading live accounts, when you start seeing the markets the way it is. You start having those feelings of whether to enter a trade or whether not to enter a trade, all those kind of mixed feelings. Picking a decision to enter a trade on a demo account is way more different to picking a decision to enter a trade on a live account. So you need to have that experience, start building that experience if you at all understand what I teach, how I lay down this teaching. And most of you have found out that you guys don't watch the videos to the end. You guys don't watch the videos to the end. Well, I'm not going to say your complaint is that the videos are too long. Well, that's for you. Most people are watching it and they are making the most out of it. I'm happy. But if you feel the videos are too long and you can't watch to the end, then you're lazy. You're very, very lazy and you can't put in the work to learn. You've just watched 2 videos or 4 videos. I think yes, you've gotten it. No, there's still lot of things to understand. Okay, today I wanted to keep this information I want to share a little more longer. I say maybe at some point when there's a lot of traffic to in the channel, but I want you to make money. Okay, that's my goal. I want to see you guys making money, and I decided to teach this particular topic today, trading the PM session. Okay, it's not really constant, like it's not really 100% perfect, but it is what it is. And please, for those of you trading cryptos like Ethereum, BTC, most of all those coins, I don't even know their names, and you're using this strategy to trade those coins, please, you should not. One thing you should understand is that this is algorithmic. This is not buyers and sellers pressure. This is how I read my own algorithmic footprint. I got ICT teachings as blueprint to as to what I'm supposed to look for in the chart. So I studied this blueprint, or sorry, this footprint left by the algorithm in the market. I don't know, and I'm not sure if they work on all those crypto coins you trading like Matic, Phantom, GMT, and so on and so forth. They may be working for you, but it could be the market condition at this time. Everything is just so volatile. But I'm not telling you to go and trade crypto. You can see very much what I trade. I trade NASDAQ, that's US 100. And I read and I understand the footprint of NASDAQ very well. So if you are not trading NASDAQ and you're trading something else, maybe at some time when you get to a very high losing streak, please, that's my disclaimer, don't come to this channel and say the strategy doesn't work or this or that or that. You've seen what I'm trading. You don't trade what I'm trading and you don't follow my teachings. You go about and do what you don't know, or maybe you've lost or you blew your accounts trading this strategy with some other asset I don't know about. That's not my fault. You should take responsibility. If you read the disclaimer of this channel, you should take responsibility for pressing any button. I'm not telling you to press any button. I don't give any form of signals. Alright, so if you don't know how to set up NASDAQ and start trading it, you should go about and learn how to calculate pips, lot size, and all of that. I might teach that, but not yet. And I promise to teach NASDAQ Forex, NASDAQ risk management, or you can even use it for any Forex pair risk management at 700 subscribers, and I'll do that. how I do my risk management on NASDAQ. I'm not into the flipping business. I'm into the long run business. Okay. So this is NASDAQ, and I hope you can see everything clear out. From last video, I don't know when exactly we did our last video, but I think we were somewhere at this green candle where I was calling shorts. I said somehow that was my bias. I was calling short to this FVG, probably filling the daily order block, filling the FVG and run again for equal highs. And I saw some analysis somewhere where somebody was already shorting. I mean, he drew this as his other block. I'm not going to mention him. I just saw the analysis somewhere. He drew this as his other block, and it was already on shorts. It was already on shorts here for the daily. Swing trading was already on short here to short this bottom side. Yeah, I'm not saying, and he's already getting the euphoria that it's going well, right? I'm not saying it's wrong. Price will likely come back to this outside liquidity, yes. I'm not saying it's wrong, but you should pay attention to the candles and forget this long range order block first. Pay attention to the candle. When you're seeing other block, I'm seeing what equal highs. And what do I say every time? That price always prioritize equal highs, relative equal highs, relative equal lows, wherever they are in the market. Price prioritize them very, very well. Price is always like magnets for price to take them out. Okay, so bookmark these things I'm saying, and look at this FVG, this inefficiency. Inefficiency can be void, can be volume imbalance, can be this normal FVG. There are different types of inefficiency, so don't get wrong that FVG is the only type of imbalance. There is what we call volume imbalance. Okay, let me show you an example of volume imbalance so you don't get lost. In case you see them anywhere, you don't get confused. Okay, you can see this. That's an example of a volume imbalance. I need you to pause the video, pay attention to that, and look at it very, very well. Look at it very, very well. You can see there's a wick, yes, but it's not like all these other FVG. This one is normal fair value gap, while this one is volume imbalance, right? And there's another one we call void inefficiency, where there's gaps in the market. You hardly see that one in crypto, but it's most in some forex space, where there's total gap in the market, where something like this, where price jumps. So hey, something like this, exactly. This is void. This is void in the market. So fair value gap is not void. Note that fair value gap is not void. This is void in the market. Fair value gap is another type of its own inefficiency. Volume imbalance is another type of its own inefficiency. This is also void. You can see that price always make sure to balance those, so you don't get confused whenever in the future you hear me pronounce volume imbalance or void or fair value gap. Okay. So we were here last at the recording of last video. I think that was last week Saturday or so something, and I said I'm expecting price to drop into this FVG, tackle the daily order block, probably this sell side liquidity, and push for the equal highs. After price takes these equal highs, then I can be certain that whatever it does there might probably lead to taking out this sell side liquidity, probably, or we can just keep going. But once we keep going and break this high, we are now bullish. For now, we are not yet bullish. This is just short term. Okay. Once we break this overall high, this structural high here, we are now what? Bullish. But for now, price is just in the premium, not giving an indication to sell yet because there's equal high. So people that are taking this to swing short are probably reducing their stop loss very small so that they can get a very high number of risk to reward ratio. Well, they might be right that price is going to be short price is going to short. Yeah, but I'm seeing something different. I'm paying attention to these candles, and yeah, um the pinpoints to where they are reacting to. So me seeing this equal highs is telling me that prices will likely go back to claim that. Yes, but what is going to happen first before price claims that? I wanted to see price short into this other block, like I've been calling every time on the previous video. I see price short into this other block, and if you understand the power of three, you should understand that it works not only on the daily time frame, it works on the weekly, it works on the monthly, right? So the weekly, this week that just passed, opened here, and price manipulated to the upside. You know that manipulation phase, the accumulation, manipulation, and distribution. You get that? So the week was supposed to be bearish, dropping into this fair value gap. And price did what? Accumulated on the first day, Monday, manipulated to this upside. I was kind of expecting this manipulation. Some people think, oh, we're bullish, let's start buying. This was just manipulation to the upside. And before you know, the next day starts dropping into this FVG. And this is how the same thing is how next week is going to be somehow, because we've almost closed up that FVG, and I'm seeing price accumulating. Let me draw it. Okay, I'm seeing price accumulating on Monday, manipulating to the downside, probably taking this sell side liquidity. It can manipulate for 2 days or 3 days, I don't know, or 1 day. But I'm seeing price manipulating to the downside, probably taking this sell side liquidity on the 1 hour or filling this daily FVG. Then does what? Continue back up to hunt for that equal highs, right? Continue back up to hunt for that equal highs. So all of this have its own bias. This is for the daily. Now, if we go to the 1 hour time frame, I want you to see this. I want you to understand bias very, very well. I mean, understand bias and how I look at this thing, so you can also look at them too. Okay, so that was for the daily, right? Now, I like the 1 hour time frame because it's kind of my third higher time frame after weekly, daily, then 1 hour. Now, look at the daily, the hourly time frame. From all this move, price refilled this FVG. If you should pay attention to all the FVGs on the charts, trust me, trading becomes more easier. If you should pay attention to not only FVG, sorry, pay attention to the imbalance left on the charts. Trading becomes a little bit easier for you. Trust me. So you can see all of these places are efficient, right? And we're waiting for price to open on Monday, opening price on Monday. And since our bias was to do what? Is to drop into this daily FVG, probably take out this sell side liquidity, this hourly sell side liquidity. What is going to happen? Exactly the same power of 3 over and over again. Like I said, the market is fractal. So you expect the power of 3 on the weekly, on the monthly, on the daily, on the hourly. Like, it happens. I've explained the power of 3 that's supposed to happen for the week. Yeah, I said the week is supposed to accumulate, manipulate to the bottom side, taking out the sell side liquidity, then distribute. That's for the whole week. For next week, I'm not prophesying to the chart. I'm trying to see or tell you what I see. It might not be like this. Price might want to hunt for this daily sell side liquidity here. Yes, but I'm still seeing price taking out these equal highs no matter what. Now for the hourly, since we want price to drop, right? You cannot expect price to just open and start dropping. It's the same process all over and over again. The same power of 3 over and over again. Okay, you cannot expect price to just open, accumulate, and start dropping. You want to see that manipulation phase, right? So if price is opening, I've already done my analysis for next week, for the coming week, and I know what to do, I know what actions to take, and all of that. So if price is opening on Monday, 12 a.m. New York session, I'm seeing price accumulating, manipulating to the upside. To do what? To take out this buy side liquidity, refill this hourly FVG. That's for the daily. not the weekly, but the daily. Then after refilling this by hourly averaging, it starts dropping. Probably Tuesday will do the same thing, accumulate, manipulate, and drop. Then after filling this sell side liquidity, you expect maybe the next day or so to start going higher, but it will manipulate to the downside and go higher. So the power of three, ICT power of three, works on all time frame. ICT have made this chart very easy, very easy for us to understand, very easy for us to read, and all of that. If you should read price like this, trust me, it becomes more easier, more clearer, more simple. So I pay attention to all the FVG, both on the New York session, on the PM session, on London session. All these FVGs, all these imbalances react. Trust me, I'm going to teach about that. You can go and start studying them, but all these imbalances react on those sessions. They are very important. Very important. Okay, so that's what I want to see for the week. You can see things I keep calling just keep happening. And I always put my disclaimer, I am not 100% perfect. So you don't go and take actions to all these things I'm saying on NASDAQ and come and blame me later. I'm not 100% perfect, and this might not go as I'm saying. Trust me, yeah, it might not go as I want to see it. And that's reality, that's just the market for you. So now let's look into this PM session, right? Okay, so I'm going to calibrate this chart now. We had Monday. That's for the past week. This week that just passed. I want to draw your attention to the PM session. I think by now most of you know how to trade the AM session, the New York opening. That's the 8:30 at calibration and all of that. That was the previous video, and I believe you watched the video to the end and you know how to do that now. There's still more to that. Just keep studying. Find your edge around these things. You don't need to copy and paste what I do. Especially if you don't trade NASDAQ. Okay, especially if you don't trade NASDAQ. You need to take these things also as blueprint. Go to whatever you're trading. It could be Australian, Canadian, Euro USD, GBP USD, whatsoever you're trading, and study these things. Don't just copy and paste because I said it. Okay, so this was Monday, following week. It was kind of almost an indecision candle. You can see that it went to the upside, went to the downside, and closed almost at the same place it opened. So price opened here. I'm not going to talk about anything from the London or the New York. I'll still come back to the London session, not this video, maybe another video. I want to pay attention to the New York PM session. Now, what time does the PM session reside? Like I told you, please, if you have not calibrated your chart or you've not set your time zone to New York UTC -5, whatever I'm saying here will not make any sense to you. So please, whether you're using your PC, whether you're using your phone, wherever country you are watching this video right now, make sure your trading view time zone is New York UTC -5. You can see that very well. Good. Now let's proceed. Okay, so the launch time starts from 12 p.m. I always pay attention to this launch time. Start from 12 p.m. to 1 p.m. So you have it there, 12 to 13. Now, paying attention to this chart is very important. As you see, I don't use the 5 minutes for this particular time frame, and this is where those of you trading with phones will likely get lost. Okay, before I continue, let me show you another void, another type of imbalance. You can see this. What's that? Void. Sorry, another type of inefficiency or probably imbalance. This is not fair value gap. That's void. All right, that's void. So in case somebody calling void fair value gap or fair value gap void and all of that, you should know what to do. Right? All of this leaving price like this is what is called fair value gap. It's still imbalance though. It's still inefficiency, but inefficiency has its own type. It has volume imbalance. It has fair value gap, it has void and all of that. To understand that. Thank you. Okay, now so we are in the PM session. This launch time, I said this, I pointed this out earlier, that this is going to be the launch. At this time, algorithm is always resting. The New York launch time, algorithm is always resting, and price is likely to consolidate at this point. I don't like using the 1 minute for this. So 12 p.m. I'm not going to tell you what time it is in Nigeria, because that's my location of recording. And please, if you have my if you can reach to me like my DM or my contact or anything, please don't come to my DM asking me about that. You should be able to figure this out by looking at the chart. You look at your time currently, what it is, and you figure out whatever it is. I'm not here to spoon feed you. I don't need to tell you every single thing. All right. So once it's 12 p.m. to 13, that's 12 to 1, that 1 hour time, I'll outline that. I don't really do all these drawings. I'm just kind of make it clear to you, like outline it so it becomes simple for you to understand. I don't really draw all of these rectangles on my chart. So I go to the 1 minute time frame, because this is mostly my 1 minute time frame for PM session that I traded. Okay, so now sell side liquidity and buy side liquidity. How do you understand this? Like I said, every single high in the market is what is liquidity. I don't care what they told you or what you learned from where or wherever. I don't care. It doesn't need to be equal. Yes, it doesn't need to be equal. It doesn't need to be double. Every single high in the market are liquidities. If you should calibrate it to specific time, like you know when to use them, not just every high. You see any high coming at maybe 4 o'clock in the morning, New York session, or 4 p.m. in the evening, or 8 p.m. in the evening, and you gotta start looking for price to take that and all of that. I'm going to talk about that. What always happen around 4 p.m. New York time to the opening? What's that thing that used to happen around there? We'll talk about that maybe in the next video. From 4 p.m. New York time to towards the opening, 12 a.m. What always happen at that time? What is it? So now you want to outline. This is for NASDAQ. I don't know how this treats on cryptos or on your forex pairs or anything. This is NASDAQ. Please pay attention to this. I have not studied this on crypto. I've not studied this on any forex pair. I've only studied this on NASDAQ US 100. Before you go about doing anything, go and study it first. So I want to, after the PM session, I want to outline my sell side liquidity and my buy side liquidity that occurred when the algorithm was sleeping during that launch time, where you're not supposed to be trading at this time. You're not supposed to be trading. According to what I teach, you're not supposed to be trading at this time. You wait till after 1 p.m. when the algorithm awakes. Now, what happens is when the algorithm is back on from 13:00, that's 1 p.m., it seeks for what? It seeks for liquidity. 13 o'clock, 1 p.m. to 1:30 p.m. Price seeks for what? Liquidities. And what liquidities are there? Does it need to be equal? Does it need to be triple? No. You can see this is relatively equal. If you understand my point, this is relatively equal. This is also relatively equal. And this is relatively equal. Sometimes it doesn't need to be like, sometimes it just be a single high. But price treats this as liquidities. And these PM sessions are always for scalps. So please, if you are not a scalper, like I told you guys in the thread I make, in the thread I wrote some days ago on Twitter, I am a scalper and an intraday. Why I say I'm a scalper and an intraday is because during that London session and New York AM session, I'm always trading like an intraday, holding trades for possibly hours, maybe 2 hours or 3 hours. I'm trading like an intraday, but once it's PM session, I trade like a scalper. So what I do is, if I should take a trade in the morning session, like yes, the London session or the New York morning session, I don't trade again in the PM. That's till the next day. That's how I treat my business. This is like a business to me. So that's how I do it. I don't gamble those kind of stuff. But my risk management, yes, won't let me give all I profit to the market. Yes, but I can't risk that. I only trade the PM session if I did not see any setup in the morning session, or if I missed the morning session. That's what I do. Now we are going to look at this for all the days of the week last week, Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, and Friday, and see if this is consistent. Okay, then you tell me. So now 1 minute. This is outside liquidity. And we want price to do what? To take that out. Right? Let's see. The price take it out. You should tell me the price take it out. Pause the video and answer for yourself. Yes, price took it out. But this is the mistake most of you guys start doing. It's possible to do it because this is the module printing already. It's possible. Like I said, the chart is not 100% perfect. So price takes out liquidity and boom, MSS. Shift in market structure. You can see this. Break of structure, shift in market structure, however I want to call it. Like I say, you can argue the names, I don't really care. You can see that. And leftwards, imbalance. But if you are glued to this channel, like I mean you're really glued to this channel, you've learned each and every video, you've been following each and every video I've been dropping, you will know that I will not take trade there at that imbalance. Pause the video and ask yourself why. Just pause the video for some time, ask yourself, why won't I take trade at that imbalance? Like if you've been really studying from this channel, if you've been following the videos from the beginning, pause yourself and ask yourself, and pause the video and ask yourself, why won't I take trade at this imbalance? Well, that's for you to answer. Weak zone. And I've thought about these weak zones. So go back to those videos. If this is your first video you're watching on this channel, go back to those videos and follow it accordingly so you don't get lost. I've talked about these weak zones. Okay. So what I want to see is price have broken this structure, right? I want to see price have taken out liquidity, possibly sell side liquidity. I want to see price break structure, like give me an indication to long. And please, if you trade my strategy like what I trade, you should not be looking for 20 risk to reward ratio, 50 risk to reward ratio, 10 risk to reward ratio, because if you are looking for all those things, go and learn how to become a swing trader or a day trader. This is intraday and scalping. So possibly you can see 4, 5 risk to reward ratio, yes, but it's rare, right? 2 risk to reward ratio is average. 2 risk to reward ratio is average. Sometimes you see 3, and I'm okay with that because I see setups every day. Only days where I feel like, I'm kind of emotionally down and I don't want to trade, so I don't make any kind of decisions. I won't trade. Okay. So you possibly will be taking entries at imbalance, making your stop loss as wide as whatever, I don't know. You can see these two setups. And where should always be your TP? I'll say your TP should be at first high, because once price, that's also liquidity, that's also the PM session liquidity. So once price takes out that liquidity, this buy side liquidity, you should be expecting a pullback also, just like it did here. Just like it did here. So if price should take that out, you should be expecting a pullback. So you can see if you are looking at trading to this average, you are not even making up the 1 risk to reward ratio, but trading like this will give you up to 3 points, almost 4 risk to reward ratio. And okay, let's look at that first. Okay, possibly SL, but it did what I wanted to see. Okay, this one just depends on tight SL, but it did what I wanted to see, right? price traded back to this weak zone, that weak zone, and what took out buy side liquidity. So this is what I do in the PM. So maybe if my my stop loss was like this and I've already made profit in the morning session, I come and take this stop loss here. I won't be happy, but it's normal. I'll feel normal, but I won't be happy. But for somebody who can tolerate a lot of risk, maybe you drag your SL as wide as something else and skipped by just with few pips and hit your TP before rejecting. I'm not saying you should go and start dragging your take profit to wherever else, because once price takes out buy side liquidity, there's 90% possibility that it's going to return. There's 90% possibility. That's why I say whatever you're doing at the PM should be scalp. You can see what I'm trying to say. Whatever you're doing at the PM should be scalp. This is not consistent. You should just want to look, and let me give you another tip. What I do once it's 15, that's 3 o'clock. 3 o'clock, exactly 3 o'clock. You should not be looking at this trade again. That's if you've been waiting for this to happen, right? You're waiting for this to happen, but it did not happen. Once it's 3 o'clock, 15:00, that's over for the PM. Don't do anything again. Don't do anything again. So this happens almost every day for NASDAQ. All right. So that's a walkthrough. I believe you know what to do. Let's go to Tuesday. This was on Monday. Let's go to Tuesday. Let's see what happened there. To some of you, this might not make any sense, and what I'm just doing is rubbish. Please, if you feel that way, this channel is not for you. So you can go back and keep trading whatever you're trading. If you have a profitable strategy, then I don't think this channel is for you. But if you're still struggling with your strategy, you're struggling with your edge, then you can possibly pick a strategy from this channel. From episode 1 to this current episode, I think this 13 or so, you can pick a strategy, pick a module, get an edge for yourself and trade. You want to trade the money, focus on the money. You want to trade this PM, focus on the PM. Repeat, rinse and repeat every single day. Now let's go to our 1 minute. Okay, so you can see I've calibrated my chart from 12 to 1 PM. That's it. Now, what are the possible liquidities here? Price created what? Sell side liquidity, and what? Buy side liquidity. See, sometimes this PM session depends on the bias for the whole day. You know, if the bias is supposed to be bullish, if the bias is supposed to be bearish, you know what to do. That's why I say it's a scalp. So for it to just be safe, you know what to do, or for it to not like okay, I'll come to that. Let me not just rush everything, because you start feeling confused. I'll come to that. Maybe it might not be this video, but I will just take it slowly as we continue. So now I've gone to my 1 minute. If you are using your PC, trust me, it will be very easy, because if you are using your phone doesn't contain lots of data. You'll be looking at everything so compressed. Price finished from okay, 13 o'clock. That's price is there at 13 o'clock. You want to see which liquidity price is going to run for, buy side or sell side, so we can take our action. Price does thing and we react. That's what we trade here. We're not prophesying to the charts, we're not predicting prophecies or whatever. Price does its thing and we do what? We react. That's it. So price runs for what? Chicken. That's it. You see, you just I believe you're seeing these things. I believe you are getting my point and what I'm trying to prove here. Price runs for what? Sell side liquidity. Where is our trade? To what? If you pick an entry, is to what? To buy side liquidity. That's all. You're done for that afternoon. And this is just happening within 1 hour 30 minutes. From 1 PM from 1 p.m. or let me say within 2 hours, from 1 p.m. to 3 p.m. New York time, just 2 hours. You scalp and look for entry and scalp. So let's say we're looking for entry here at this point. For you might not get too familiar with this entry yet, but me that I do look at multiple time frame, that's multiple time frame I showed you guys on the chart the other time. I'll be looking 1 minute, 2 minutes, looking at 3 minutes, 4 minutes. I'll pick this very fast, like, because to you this has not shown any shift in market structure yet, but to me it has. This, because what else is there for you to do again after taking social liquidity? It's not to run for opposite liquidity. That's it. So to you this might not you be telling yourself, okay, these are not broken very well, and all of those things, but to me it has, because I'll be looking at what it's doing on 2 minutes, 3 minutes, 1 minute, and 4 minutes at the same time. That's my FVG. That's like my call to action, like my area of interest. I don't know. I don't understand why. I hope you understand why I always want to see this FVG whenever price give me a shifty market structure. I hope you understand why I want to see that FVG. That FVG is like my call to action. It's telling me, okay, yes, this is it. Enter. Or my area of interest. Okay, fine. Price will come back to that zone. And why I say you should not be expecting 3 10 risk to reward ratio or 40 risk to reward ratio or 5 risk to reward ratio in this, is because your stop loss should be in an invalidated zone, and it's likely going to be as wide as anything. So if I'm taking this trade, my stop loss will be where? At the bottom here. Remember what happened to us the other time? Price hunted for our stop loss very slightly before moving up. So we want a stop loss to be at this bottom, not here. If you go and put your stop loss here, just below here, you see you get taken out. That's it. You put your stop loss here, you're not doing what I teach you at all. You're not doing what I'm teaching at all. You're not doing it. If your stop loss is at an invalidated zone, if you don't know what's an invalidated zone, go back to the channel or to the playlist and please look for, find that particular video, how to identify invalidated zone for stop loss, and watch it. So you can see this PM session is giving me even a 4 risk to reward ratio, and that's it. You are scalping. Just take how many minutes for this to happen. You are making 4 risk to reward ratio. You don't practically need to stay in the market for too long. We are scalpers. You follow this channel back to back, you are a scalper and you are intraday. You want to get in as soon as possible. Let's say you have a tight schedule and maybe for the rest of the day you'll be doing something, or let's say, okay, let me just reveal this time. For those people staying in Nigeria, 12 p.m. New York time is 6 o'clock. 6 p.m. in the evening. 1 p.m. New York time is 7 o'clock. That's 7 p.m. in the evening. So from that 7 p.m. to 9, that's when you're looking for this trade. I've spilled the truth out. I wanted you to go and find it out by yourself. So for those who are not in Nigeria, please, you can find it out by yourself. I don't know, because I found out from the analytics that many people outside this country or outside Nigeria too are also watching the videos. I appreciate your effort very well. I'm grateful. Thanks very much. So by that time, towards that evening, you're back from your work, whatever you're doing, or maybe you have a busy day, busy schedule throughout the day. You can study this PM session. This is it. This is your safe haven. You've been busy, maybe you're working your 9 to 5. I'm not saying you should quit your 9 to 5, but you're working your 9 to 5, whereby you're always busy. But at that particular time, it doesn't cost you nothing to just open your phone and be watching price action. But you're not doing anything, you're just watching price action while you're doing your job, just on your phone, you're on trading view, watching price action, watching price do its thing. Let's say when you come back to the house, you've analyzed your bias, you've done everything, you've pointed your manipulation phase, your FVG, you've drawn everything you want price to do, and while you're at work during the day, you're watching all these things happen. You're not pressing any button because you're not focused, but you're just watching these things happen. Then by that evening, when you're back from work, that's when you start looking for trades towards or during this PM session, and this happens almost every day. You can just keep trading this PM session every single day if you don't have time to trade the London or the New York. I'm giving you opportunities to trade 3 times in a day. You don't need to trade 3 times in a day, but I'm giving you opportunities to look for setup 3 times in a day. I'm not talking about the London. Yes, I'm not talking about the London, but I'm going to talk about it because I don't really like that London because it's too skeptical and has a lot of criteria behind it. That's why I don't want to talk about it yet. Maybe when you guys are matured in this particular part yet, that's when I'll likely talk about that London session. But you don't have opportunity to trade in the morning time, that PM is towards afternoon. I'm not going to mention the specific time, you can handle for that by yourself. But that New York AM session is towards the afternoon here. And this PM is towards the night here. So by that time you're back from your work and you know what to do. You know what you're looking for. You've calibrated your chart, pick your buy side and sell side liquidity, and you know exactly what to do. Right? Okay. Let's see what that does. Price is running for that sell side liquidity and buy side liquidity. Nothing else. There's nothing else you tell me. Price does this every single fucking day. Forex to reward ratio done in matter of hours. Every single day, price does this. But there are some times where price is going to give you, where the New York session is not going to give there's not going to be a sell side liquidity or buy side liquidity. The New York session will be something like curve or something curve upside down. Please avoid those kind of PM sessions. Whenever you see the lunchtime doing something fishy like that, avoid this kind of PM sessions. So this is what all there is. This is all that you need to know for the PM session. It happens almost every time. Should you be asking yourself, what is just buy side liquidity? What is sell side liquidity? You've heard me say, you heard me call it multiple times. I keep repeating this. Sell side liquidity is simply old lows. Old low. It can be equal, it can be single. You can see on Monday it was somehow relatively equal, but Tuesday it's just single. So it can be equal, it can be triple, but just hold low, the sell side liquidity. Hold high, the buy side liquidity. And you should know how to mix this with your time. This is Monday. I'm sorry, this is Wednesday. We talked about Monday the past week, we talked about Tuesday. Now this is Wednesday. So remember when I said these things are not constant, because there are sometimes you see these things and it will not give you setups or something so. But at least you want to give it a wee raise because it happens like 3/5 times in a week. So sometimes 4/5. So it's a pass. Now PM session, or let me say lunch time, lunch hour from 12 to 1. What happened? What occurred there? NASDAQ. Please, NASDAQ. I did not mention Euro USD, I did not mention GBP USD, but you can still go and study how it works on whatever pair you trade. Even if it's US 30, US 100, or GB, don't take my word for it. Just go and study how they work. Okay, thank you. I like that and I appreciate that if I see comments on my DM or on this channel. Where's our sell side liquidity? And where's our buy side liquidity? You can see how simple it is to navigate around this thing. It's just so simple to navigate. What is the sell side liquidity and the buy side liquidity created in the launch session? Trust me, I'm not sure this thing works for BTC because I've tried it with Bitcoin before and sometimes it just does nonsense because it's crypto. It's crypto and it's manipulation. Okay, my strategy is not really does not really work very well for crypto. That's why I had to switch from BTC to NASDAQ because I just so much love this pair, trust me, and I've been preaching it for weeks now. Okay, so what next happens? Waiting for liquidity hunts. Price hunts for what? Buy side liquidity. Now after hunting for buy side liquidity, yeah, this is 1 minute time frame. Everything is going to be so fast. So you need that focus. Whatever you're doing, you need that focus. You need that time to concentrate on what the price is, paying attention to this chart at all possible costs. You need to pay attention, because 1 minute, when you know, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, everything is done, or it's just pass you. So you need to focus and pay attention to this chart and whatever it's doing. Fine. We have a break here. I don't want to call it a break because it's just sweep with a wick, but I'll have to outline this FVG created here, because this is almost like a market structure shift, right? Price trading back to the FVG. You will not get familiar to this just by watching this video. You need to go and put in the time and practice. All right. So if I'm to do anything here, let's say, taking a wild guess, I'll make sure my stop loss is very, very far from invalidated. 30 pips, no, not that much. (1.5x to reward ratio). If I don't want to wait for anything or any confirmation else in the chart, you know, this is just what I'll do. But towards this Wednesday, from the price and everything, we're in a very heavy sell. We're in a heavy sell. So at this time, if I'm looking to short this trade, I'll be looking at the sell side liquidity lower than this one, possibly something like this, giving me 2.5x to reward ratio. I'll not be looking at this. I'm looking for the sell side liquidity lower than this one, but that's not giving me a trade to short. I don't want to do something aside what I teach, because there's no break here. This is just candle sweep. Let's see what the chart has to tell. Good. This is now the break. This is now the shift in market structure, right? This is what we've been waiting for. Now, our imbalance. As simple as that. You wait for price to trade back here. I'm sure. Remember what I said in the video, how to find invalidated zone for stop loss. There's no need for price to come to this upside. There's no imbalance there. Nothing there for price to come there. So my stop loss would just be above here, and I'll possibly make a 3x to reward ratio from this. You can see, simple as it is. 3x to reward ratio. Now let's take this trade and see if it's algorithmic. This isn't your buy pressure or sell pressure, it's algorithm. This is the footprint it leaves, and I just want to follow the footprint, nothing else. I want to follow the footprint, and that's all there is. Remember, once it's 3 p.m, so I'll outline that. Once it's 3 p.m, we are no more looking for this trade. Always note that once it's 3 p.m, no more looking for this trade. You just saw that, right? You just saw that. This happens every single fucking day. I didn't do it. I did not do it. I'm showing you how it does happen. And please, if you are yet to switch to NASDAQ, or you want to trade I want to see all these things happen, I want to enjoy this sweet and beautiful assets, you can switch to NASDAQ, because it happens and this is what I trade. And you see me calling a particular point on my Telegram channel or my Twitter. For you to follow all these things I'm doing, you need to trade what I trade. Alright, and look at this. At this particular point, my take profit will not be here, because price have taken this out. So my take profit will either be this old low, or this low. You need to take profit and leave the market as soon as possible, right? Let's see if it goes further. We went further and kissed our TP. Just kissed our TP. See, I teach things that are consistent in the market, and I'm dropping all of this premium knowledge here for you for free. All I just simply ask is for you to engage, subscribe, like, share these videos to those traders you think they are struggling out there. Share this particular channel to them. This happens and this occurs every fucking week. You can see the module printing every single time. This is what I do. I'm not bragging. I'm not saying I'm the best, but ICT gave me this footprint as to what to look into. I'm not really trading 100% of what is trading. It's trading E-mini S&P. I'm not really trading E-mini S&P. I'm trading NASDAQ. I'm not trading 100% of what his strategy is like, what his module is, but I do part of what it teaches. I use those blueprints to find out my own blueprint, my own strategy, and I'm telling you to do the same too. Use my own blueprint, my own strategy to find out your own strategy, and that's how it keeps going. You don't need to trade everything I trade, right? Let's go to Thursday. Okay, so we have the Thursday 5-minute time frame, 12 to 1. Let's go down to 1 minute. 1 minute is only the time frame I talk about this mostly, so don't get confused. So you can see price created BSL and SSL. In case you're asking what is BSL and SSL, BSL is buy side liquidity, SSL is sell side liquidity. Simple as it is. Now this might get a little bit confusing. Yes, it might get a little bit confusing because you'll be asking yourself, where is the SSL here? Where is the BSL here? SSL is very clear. Sell side liquidity, very clear. I don't need to label it for you. I'm saying it so you need to understand that. And I'm just doing all this labeling because I'm teaching. I don't really draw all of this. BSL. But in this case, we have multiple BSL because look at this. That's also BSL. Yes, you probably ask why. This is relative equal highs. Yes, and this is also BSL. You probably ask why. Why is it BSL? Why is because it's taking out a short-term BSL. It's taking out this buy side liquidity here. It has taken out this buy side liquidity here. So it's a BSL for me, right? So what I want to be looking at, you can see that it's now clear. Price take this out and trace. So this is already 1304. That's 104. Sorry, this video is becoming too long, but trust me, I believe you are just enjoying it because you are learning new things, right? So now I'm looking for price to take out either this or this. Yes, price might take out this, but will it take out this other one? I don't know. I want to see how price does this thing and I react. If price takes this out and give me the simple entry module or the OT, optimum trade entry as ICT will call it, or the shifting market structure entry module, then I'll trade and short it. Sorry for calling short because most of the forex traders are not really familiar with short. I'll sell. If price should give me that module, I'll sell. Right? I don't need to come and be teaching that module again. So go back to that video and learn those modules. If this video is too long, you can pause it for some time, take a nap, come back and learn. Okay, that's how it is. It's long, yes, but value is being poured. Okay, let's see what happens. Okay, price takes out this BSL. Now, is price going to take out that one? I don't know. I don't really know. What I know is that if I should see the module print here, like that price take out a certain high, break a certain low, and FBG is created, I'll short. Or sorry, I'll sell. That's what I want to see. But you see that thing happen, I'll sell. Sorry for that. Is my Windows security giving me a stupid advertisement. Okay, so we've gotten the what? The model. Price trades took out this high, break this low. Some people call it the BOS, some people call it the coach, some people call it the MSS, some people call it the SMM or whatever. I don't really care. Me, I don't really do a lot of labeling. If I'm doing labeling, I want you to understand my charts, okay? But if I'm trading, I don't do all of this labeling. I just draw my lines and I understand what that line stands for. If you see me label anything on any line, it's just because I want to post it and I want you to understand what exactly I meant by drawing that line there. Okay, so whatever you're drawing, BOS, coach, MSS, SMM or whatever, I don't really care. I don't give the names. That's not my problem. I'm here to be profitable. I'm not here to be market charts. Okay, so what next happens? We have heavily there. And this is just something that if it happens, you think, good, okay, we have weak zone there. So possibly I want to take this weak zone rather than taking this heavy zone for safety purposes. I'll take that weak zone and give me a 5 weeks to reward ratio. Just you see that 5 weeks to reward ratio in just a matter of minute or hour itself. Okay, let's see if this goes well, or if we're going to have a missed entry. However it does, you just praise God and pass. Remember, once it's 15:00 or 3 o'clock, no more looking for trades. That's all. That's all for PM. We no longer look for trades. You can see this is over spooling. Like I said earlier, the Thursday was on a very serious heavy short. Price accumulated on Thursday, accumulated, manipulated to the upside, and start shorting very heavily. So whatever happens on the PM, if I don't get picked, I'm okay with that. That's the fact, that's the market for you. You don't need to be trading every single day. But so far it went according to what you wanted it to go. Like it went down. You wanted it to go down. You were right. It went down. You should be happy. As of for Thursday, no trade. I move. If taking profit on Monday, taking profit on Tuesday, taking profit on Wednesday, and you're making big risk to reward ratio, so your risk management should be in check in case you should take any loss. You know that you're taking what minimal loss. Let's go to Friday. Ladies and gentlemen, the Friday. Okay, let's go down to 1 minute. So Friday is kind of too complicated because there's no BSL created. It's consolidating, but only created what? SSL. Don't get lost in the names. It's just simple source and liquidity. I don't want to be pronouncing those long titles. Okay, so this is 12 p.m. to 1 p.m. Friday. And most of us, or most of you, like for your level where you are now, I'll say for this particular day when it's like this, or except price is taking out this SSL, don't look for trades. This is a no. You want to see that BSL and SSL created and you know what to do exactly. So this is a no for you to have the time to keep studying what happens next. But what I'll be doing is I'll look outside the box. Okay, where is the nearest buy side liquidity? This, but it was created around 11:25 p.m. AM. Sorry, it was created in the morning 11:25. I'm looking outside the box. There are also possible ways to do this. Other ways are you wait for price to create a BSL outside the launch time, then you don't know what to do there. But for this, I'll tell you not to trade this day. At least you've gotten a 3 days pass, so it's kind of 3/5. So in case you don't see it happen, you know that that's just a signal for you to stay out of the market. Whatever happens in the PM is just price running for liquidity. Running for liquidity, nothing else. So if I want to be biased, let's say that's my whatever I want to call it, and this is my inefficiency. Okay, so taking trades here should not be bad, right? Might go well, might not. Let's see. Okay, then we short to zero. Taking trades there should not be bad. You see? Alright, let's see that. Is it bad? I don't think it's bad. But it's not going to my subside liquidity. And market closed. Oh. Okay, you see, let me explain why I always say when it's 3 p.m. Don't look for trades. This is kind of always a turnaround. Sometimes some days that was it's always a turnaround for the price. And if price opens at that 6 p.m., if price opens at that 6 p.m. Sunday, you'll likely see a decline. Taking this to come and take this out. You can see why Friday is somehow a no trade day for some people, especially in the PM, because on Friday you want to be trading at the AM. The PM is when price closes, so you don't know what the algorithm will be doing at that time. But the thing is, it picked our entry, sniped, right? It sniped our entry, traded down, but did not reach our SSI liquidity. Did it reach our SSI liquidity? No. And around 3 p.m., price just keeps doing what as well. And before you know, boom, market is closed. Let's see, that's it, market is closed. But for Friday, you can see at that time, market is closed, accumulating for the coming week. And on Sunday, market will just keep accumulating or might likely decline to take out this SI liquidity, but it's not, this SI liquidity might be taken towards, let me say, towards Monday PM session or Monday AM session. I don't really know, but something like that. It should be taken around that time. So this trade should be a no-brainer. So on Friday, whatever you should be trading, you should be able to close your positions. Yeah. I know it's not much. Yes, it's not much because you had all this profit, all of this profit you did not take, but you later on close the trade very close to your entry. But this is just for safety because after that 3 p.m. on Friday, you don't know exactly what market is doing then again. Because normally your TP is supposed to be here, but price did not do that. So Friday at 4 p.m. or if I'm not mistaken, yes, 4 or let me say 5. Okay, at 5 p.m. Friday, market closes. So at 3 p.m. you need to be out of the market. You don't need to be doing anything there at that time. You should not have any open positions as an intraday or as a scalper or whatever. Some people swing along the week, but we are not swingers. Okay, you should be out of the market by this time. Go out and enjoy yourself. You're done for the week, right? So these are just the things you need to understand for the PM session. Should you be working 9 to 5 or whatever, you just make sure you create this 2 hours trade, 1 p.m. to 3 p.m. You just make sure you've created an opportunity for this 1 p.m. to 3 p.m. New York session to trade. You know what you're supposed to be looking for. But to you, please, this is supposed to be a no trade day because the PM session did not form any buy side liquidity, right? There was no buy side liquidity on the PM session for it to take. This is in the morning buy side liquidity. So until you master this or until you study this, don't do this. Okay, I can do this, I can feel comfortable doing it because it's NASDAQ and I understand NASDAQ and I know exactly what I'm looking for in the market, and you don't. Okay, so you just want to see the regular thing. The buy side liquidity created in the launch time and the sell side liquidity created in the launch time. So I believe this is lot of value for today in this video, and I believe this is very insightful. I believe this video is very insightful. Please, you find this video very insightful and you've not subscribed to this channel yet, I don't know what to call you, but that's not a very good thing to do. That's not a really very good thing to do. I'll say please share the video on your status, share it to your friends, share it to your communities, share it to those traders who you think are struggling out there. Lower your ego, drop the pride, just do it out of love. Okay? Because it's out of love. I'm giving you this knowledge for free. To do it out of love. Alright. No, but you will not see, apart from ICT, you will not see all this premium knowledge on YouTube here. But I'm making it possible. ICT teaches, yes, but it's more complex to understand ICT teachings. But I'm kind of making it simple in my own understanding and in my own footprints in the way I studied my own and the way I understand my own. All right. So please click the subscribe button, like, comment anything nice on the comment section, like to increase the engagement. I'll be so happy for that. Okay. So until next time, be safe.